Hey, what's up, everyone? Eric Rossi, the Get With the Eye here. I'm a little late to talk about this topic, but I definitely feel like I should have reacted to it, so I am going to react to it, and that's about the wedding photographer expecting to be fed on a wedding day of whatever they're shooting. So should this be a thing? Should it not be a thing? Let's just talk about it. Let's engage some discussion. So about a week or so ago, this became a really big topic, and I saw this on Kelby One the other day, and that's how I heard about this, and PetaPixel picked up an article about this. And the main thing was, it was in a bride's magazine. It said, you don't need to feed your photographers. And the first thing that went through my mind, because I do shoot weddings, not as much as I used to, but I take a couple on every year. First thing that went to my mind is like, why the shit not? Now, this is a controversial topic because it involves someone else's money and someone else's profession and not necessarily I don't know. There is a lot that goes into this. And some of the main points that this bride's magazine was said, well, it's at the expense of the couple and the photographer's already getting paid and maybe it should come out of his cut or his or her cut. And it's just an unnecessary expense, essentially, is everything wrapped up. I'll link this article down below so you can really read into it. And I just think that's a terrible mindset that this magazine is trying to force onto couples getting into this. And if you haven't shot a lot of weddings, you essentially could work anywhere from maybe a 5 to 14, if not 16-hour day. And that 16 hours might be extreme, but I've shot some of those long ones as well. And essentially, you're almost waking up with the couple to getting home at a really late hour, and you really have been on your feet all day. You haven't eaten a ton because it's really hard to. And one of the things that this article mentioned is that that this bride's magazine, not PetaPixel, is that, you know, if you're a photographer or if you're a DJ or anything like that and you work 5 to 6 hours, you shouldn't expect for this couple to put up the money for you, and you should pack your own lunch. Well, in theory, if I was a child, I absolutely agree. But there are several things that we should notate here on things you should look into, and there will be failures if you don't do certain things, and that might fall actually on the photographer themselves, and they might be doing this to themselves. One of the most important things is a contract, and one of the most important things I do put in there is that whatever event I'm at, especially weddings, or even if I shoot like business events, I will be getting fed in this event because in hindsight, it's actually not that much longer. And regardless or not, if you say no, I'm probably going to charge a little bit higher of a fee because I have to feed myself and another shooter. Yes, I don't know. It's just the way couples don't understand like how the charging works and everything like that and why some things are charged that way. But if I'm working your entire day and I'm hardly getting any kind of rest, my feet, back, whatever's killing me, I don't care what kind of gear you have, it's a really long day and we're not really eating. If anything, we're eating like a granola bar and just some water as you're having your time as well. So this is a multi-faced issue. If the couple isn't experienced into this, or they don't understand how the day works and how hard the photographers and DJs and etc. they work, it could be it could really hurt the entire day if you really don't have the courtesy to do that for a photographer. But it also could fall on the photographer's fault if they don't at least A, talk about it with the couple or whoever they're working with, and B, if they don't have anything in their contract. And I just think it really is a huge topic, and I do think it's important that the photographers or any other vendors eat at these events because it's a long day. I mean, ethically, and logically, it just makes sense. I do understand that it's an extra cost, possibly, but a lot of the events will include will include the cost because of who else is at the event. And a lot of people might make the argument of it being like, well, you're working with the couple or you're working with the place. No, you're not. You're actually freelance. You are a separate entity separate from the vendorship, so that's how it is. And there were a lot of things going on here and everything. And one of the people that said something that is like, in the state of Arkansas, an employer is required to give X amount per break, etc., etc. But my thing was, you are contracted, you are freelance, you're not an employee. And that's one of the most important things that I wanted to stress about this thing, is that it could be faults on two different ends. It could be the couple's fault for not understanding, I guess, the human side of things, or it could be the photographer's fault for not talking about it. I've shot about 15 weddings now, and I've only maybe had one experience once where I was kind of just starting out. I didn't have that clause in the contract. Usually it's common sense to feed the vendors, but I didn't know about it at the time, so I didn't I wasn't approached by the couple to ask about it. I asked about the food. They said, oh, I don't know. But the venue was nice enough to feed me. So you can also check with the venue as well and how the rules are and everything like that as well. So enough of me rambling on about this. What are your thoughts about this? Should the photographer, should DJ, should bands, should they be fed? Or should you have to pack your own lunch like you're a child? Ethically and logically, you should feed these people. They are essentially running your entire day. We are the most important part, especially even the DJ or the master of ceremonies. They're one of the most important people that will run your wedding.